and dry off ethanol. With the chimney to seeds, you watch the stocks fall. You walk talking, you can't even sleep. Take your pills and pick your poison now. Watch the screen and fill your soul. Each of they try to control your reactions and decisions, your mind, your life, your dreams, your visions. Look what's happening to a woke on drive. Feed the folk and let the hunger fight. Let's find the realization of a functional nation. Our resources outsourced and now in separation. Can't just walk away. See no papers in the faces, can't sock it away. What you can do is choose to love one another with the power of choice. Let's come together till they lose control. Till they lose control. Till they lose control. Yeah. Until they lose control. They lose control. They lose control. Yeah. Brothers Burns.
I've heard it so many times, they must be out of their minds. I can't believe he got elected, man, it should be a crime. Unless their pockets are fat, I'm here happy with time. Most of us have been.
Let's give it up for our special guest, SHERRI Ann from Sisters Speak.
Thank you so much.
Woo, Trvlrs. She was on season 1. Now we here preparing for season 2. Okay, this is Trvlrs Take Off season 2.0. Okay, let's give a warm introduction back to our co-host, Michael Hilson. Michael Hilson, SHERRI Ann.
Hello.
This is our co-host here. You know, he didn't make the last one, but he's here with us now.
Cool.
And we just here vibing. This is wonderful. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Yeah, excited to be here with you both. And life is good right now. How are you?
I'm amazing.
Yeah.
I'm still, you know, lit and high off of, you know, the crazy tour we went on last
I know,
weekend.
it's so fun.
That was Brad.
The Apple Orchard tour.
Yeah, you know, I really appreciate you inviting me there. You know, that was nice. That was different.
Yeah.
You know, we looked this sick. Like, we looked at crazy lit. Like, wow, I'm with a rock star, a singer. You know, that was nice. You know.
No, I didn't. It's all mystery for me.
Mike, I want to check your mic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he had a voice there or not.
I'm letting y'all talk, you know. But my question is, how long you been in the music game?
How long? Sorry.
How long have you been in the music game?
I've been playing since there's like different phases. So I really, after university in Chicago, that was like many years ago now. I was like, I want to do this. And then 2014 is when we released our first Sister Speak record. So Sister Speak's been going 9 years strong.
Oh, good.
Okay, and did Sister Speak start off in Canada?
Yeah, so in Canada and also California, back and forth. I was back and forth for like 10 years between the two places. And that's when a lot of it all came together with the music and the musicians and the recordings. Yeah.
Nice. So what is it like navigating between, you know, Canada and America? Like, what is that like?
That's a very good question. Actually, where are you at right now, Michael? Oh, I was just curious where you're joining us from.
She asked, where are you at, Michael?
Oh, my mic.
I'm in Florida right now.
Cool. So we're East Coast vibes right now. So I think that it's always tricky. Like, I definitely like spending part of the year up in Canada and part of the year in the U.S. Definitely different. There's slight cultural differences. Yeah, definitely. So it's just a bit of a different vibe, you know, every country is, and it's definitely tricky to navigate some of the issues. You know, just got to make sure that I appreciate where I am and really embrace. If I embrace like what's going on locally, then I find a lot of happiness.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's nice. So is
Who are some of your biggest influences?
Influences. So my mom would always wake us up with records. So we listened to everything. And she had like that whole like CD monthly order thing going on, you know? So
Oh, wow.
it ended up actually being a big influence. Gosh, a lot of music, like, I have a big love for Nirvana. Yeah.
I like that artist.
Yeah, I can't. It's so hard for me to say who really influenced me because, it's like everything, you know. It's just a big, and then the history of music itself is like goes back, and, you know, I'm just taking pieces of a lot of different genres and doing my best to be respectful to industry and. I actually don't really, when people ask me that, I actually don't really know. I probably should.
Right. I mean, some of my people, you know, I look up to Ray Charles, you know, Stevie Wonder.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know, that old school, you know, Sam. I love Sam.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
As an artist. When did you first pick up your guitar? And played your first strings.
Yeah. Okay. So there was like a music class in school. I think it was grade 6, and we were just all playing along till like I can't remember what we were playing, but I was like, "Oh, this is really fun."
Okay.
Yeah. And then my stepdad had a classical.
So middle school.
Elementary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said grade 6. I didn't know if you meant like.
Oh, is that middle school in the States?
Yeah, out here is middle school.
Really?
I forget, you know, you from Canada. Okay, yeah. So it's the elementary out there in Canada?
Usually, I think.
Okay, so K through 5th grade is still elementary.
Oh.
And then 6th to 8th is middle school, and then 9th to 12th is high school.
Okay, so where I was going to school, which I went to like 5 different schools because we moved a lot. But it was generally, well, sometimes we didn't have middle school.
Okay.
You just go like kindergarten or grade 1, maybe some kindergarten through grade 7, and then 8 to 12 high school.
Oh, wow.
But some places you go like till grade 6, and then 7 to 9 middle school, and then 10 to 12. But I switched out of middle school after my first year right into high school.
Oh, that was really neat.
Yeah.
That was neat.
Different systems.
Right. That's what's good. Man, I'm so excited for SHERRI to be here in person. Like, this is like, you setting the move right now. Like,
really?
This is something big. You know that, right?
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm so happy to be here right now. I love what you're doing in town. I love what you're doing in Vermont. It's so special to have your energy here. And the showcase that's coming up.
Yeah,
Super
Travelers
stuff.
Around the Universe.
Yeah.
You guys, listen up. SHERRI gonna be a big part of this event as well, too, right, SHERRI?
I'm down. I have it marked in my calendar, and the day is off.
That's what's good.
Off and open for the event.
Right. So we're not gonna say everything that's gonna go down, but just know she's gonna be around. Okay. Yeah. So I love that. I love how you are the foundation of this band, you know? Because I just kept trying to figure out, like, do you have a set band? You know, which you do have an original band that you will go to on the West Coast, you know? But you kind of made it your own thing where you just, like, you know, you find different musicians that you can trust and they show up and you can just do your thing. Like, you are the soul of this Sister Speak music. Am I correct? Or is it someone else behind it? Or this is you?
Well, life is the soul of it.
Okay, I love it. We're giving it life, Travelers. Yeah.
The universe is the real being behind it all. Yeah. Oh, sorry. You were going to say something.
No, I'm giving you the floor. Like, I really want to know. Like, is you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it this is something that you started, you know, like something you birthed from the baby?
Yeah. Okay. So it started out years ago. I was touring with another act for a whole tour, and we kept trading up the stage. And so after a while, we were just like, oh, let's just become one act and then rotate. And so Sister Speak started as the 2 of us, and then a couple years in, we just kind of parted ways. So so she was like, why don't you just take the project, take the name, you're so passionate about it, and keep going with it.
Okay.
And so that's what I did. I was like, thank you so much. And then we've had a lot of different members over the last 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, I guess. So yeah, we've had a lot of different members, and then the longest group so far has been since about 2015. We've had I've had the core on the Love for All album in terms of recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So you said there was another person involved. I'm sorry, the sound kind of distracted me a little bit.
Yeah, no, I was trying to like keep my thoughts.
There was one other person.
Yeah.
I was like, who was this person?
Sam was her name.
Sam. Okay, she's a friend or a family member.
Yeah, so Sam Cathcart. So she had a label out in California that she had been working with at the time, and then I also was working with a label as SHERRI up in Canada.
Right.
So we decided to combine forces and do a tour, and then it just worked out really well. Harmonies and yeah, I was always wanting to make it like full-time thing, and then yeah, so we just had a really great start, and we kind of lucked out with some great gigs out in California,
right,
and also in Canada, and it kind of set the stage to make it pretty sustainable project from the get-go.
Right.
And then when we had different visions, and also I've had that with other bandmates as well, where we, after a certain amount of time, some people just want to do something different,
right,
in terms of life path and passions, and I always want to make sure I'm supporting that. Some people love to tour, some people are more into recording, some people want to be home more with family, and so I have a recording band, and then I also have a touring band, and sometimes it matches up where it's both.
Right.
Like my drummer who co-produced the last record, he's all about touring and recording and local stuff. So it works really well. And then same with the bassist of our last tour. He co-produced and mixed the last record, and now he's on tour with us whenever I can have him. So yeah, it's been really, really cool. Just this was the best tour I think we've ever had.
That's some good stuff there, that you have two different type of bands, on the road, recording. That's really helpful, kind of help out with like budgeting and travel and all that, So I think that's pretty sufficient, That's I like that system,
Yeah, and like I hire in Germany sometimes, and I have been hiring musicians out in Vermont, like through recommendations, and I could check people out beforehand. Ideally, go to their show or check out what they're doing and what they're passionate about, and see if we line up.
Right, you have this bass player, Niels.
Yeah,
I seen him for a second time, so that means you really like his style and how he works with you hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
Let everybody know how long you worked with Niels for, and if you see like a future moving forward, like with him.
Yeah, Niels is awesome. So all the recommendations I've had in Vermont through Andre, actually locally, led me to Brian Maple on guitar for the Taylor Park event, and Ian Queller on drums, and then he recommended Niels. And it's such a great vibe. He's really learned everything so well, and he's really excited, taking a look at the videos of how my bassist on the record plays, and, just taking that extra step to find the vibe. And it's been really great working with him, also hanging out with him. He's just a really, really fun person to hang with, too. So it works out well.
That's amazing, And
I have a question.
Yeah.
What artists are you looking forward to working with?
Oh, would you mind? Sorry, the connection's a little hard to hear.
Come again, Mike.
What artists are you looking forward to working with?
In Florida.
What artists are you looking forward working with?
Thank you. Sorry, it's cutting out a little bit. That's the only thing. I'm looking forward to working with well, in terms of there's a lot of artists that I hope to work with and tour with. In general, I just love working with my bandmates. Steven, Groove Juggernaut is his official name, his stage name. And Oscar Bugarin, he's a guitarist out of California who joined me on tour. So I'm hoping to get him out here to Vermont sometime, and we could do some stuff together. And on the next record, if it all comes together, we'll be working with a really great engineer. Elisa and Eric are engineers up in Vancouver in Canada. And we're gonna record the next acoustic EP together this fall. As the plan. It was supposed to be in the summer, but we got it all pushed back a bit. So yeah, the backing band would be like City in Color, they're a Canadian band. I think I mentioned it last time. So yeah, some of the same band members, which are one of my favorite bands. So it works out.
No, that's lit. That's lit. So Mike and Sherry, if you guys could, you could axe away, Mike. I gotta check some things, make sure everything's working.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So, what type of audience are you looking for when they listen to your music?
Oh, what kind of artists am I looking forward to listen to the music?
Audience.
Oh, audience. Yeah. Yeah, I think. I think it depends on the event. Like sometimes we play like family-friendly events. You said what type of audience? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all over the map. Like my hope is that we reach different audiences at different types of shows that we play.
Okay.
Yeah, like my favorite show would be like people coming from a lot of different walks of life and all under one roof to the show all together. That's my favorite kind of vibe. And then obviously like a show at the Orchard is going to attract a certain crowd, and then a show at a club is going to be different, and the festival is going to be altogether different again. So yeah, what's your favorite type of event to go to?
I can like music in general.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, it's yeah, it's like what kind? Yeah, I think, but I really been enjoying playing outdoors a lot more the last couple of years. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I love to see her perform outdoors. I be outside like, yeah, Sherry, yeah, Sister Speaks in the building. They be like, where did this girl come from? Like,
Aww.
I be like, listen, I just like to give energy, like when it's due, when I don't see people moving to good music, I'm like, hold up, something ain't right. That's what really like the farmer's market, right? When we was at the farmer's market, nobody was moving, clapping. Nobody started clapping until I gave the energy. Like, she's doing a really good job. Like, where's the energy at? All right, we got to bring some hip hop out here. We got to, loosen these folks up out here,
I know, right?
So that's why I'm like, all right, because she got soul. This sister got soul right here, like seriously. Like, and I love it. I love everything about you. Your vibes is just through this roof. Like, she's a superstar. Done traveled to Germany, freaking Berlin. Is Berlin in Germany?
Yeah.
Like, you've been all over the world. So like when I'm around her, I don't see her as someone, regular. Like, I'm like, I'm security right now. Like, I gotta make sure you get out, because I invited her to go check this DJ out, so we could have somebody to DJ. I'm like, listen, I brought her out here. I gotta make sure she in one piece. Like,
oh my God.
So it's definitely a great vibe, you guys. Sherry, I wanted to get into some things. I have so many questions, so many styles of things I have going on through my head, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta bring it to life. Okay.
Let's do it.
I see you doing your thing. I just want to know, like, do you have any type of management, or are you doing everything on your own? Like, and what is it like, being an independent artist?
Yeah, right now I don't have a manager. I am self-managed. In Germany, I do have a few people I work with for booking, which has been really awesome, super helpful. Yeah, I mean, you kind of got a glimpse. Like, it's hard to balance it all sometimes, and it's a lot. I don't really want to be wearing quite so many hats. Speaking of hats, I really like your hat, Michael.
Yeah, that hat cool. We got it to the side with the A. Hey.
Yeah, there's just so many hats to wear, and it gets very tiring. So the big goal would be to find a booking agent for North America and Europe. That would be awesome. And, eventually a manager that I can trust, that's genuine, and a genuinity. It's definitely been a journey starting out in California and BC, particularly spending a lot of time in Los Angeles. There's a lot to weave around, and I've managed to find very genuine people, and it isn't always so easy. So that's why I'm so glad to meet you.
Right, absolutely. And listen, you know, I got my A&R, you know, I know a little bit of management, you know. So when it comes to management, what do that like, what do you on your end, what does that look like to you? What would you want your manager to do and handle?
Yeah, well, I think that well, I guess being a couple types of managers, like a tour manager would be really amazing. That helps coordinate all the hotels and the backline and all the promotions. Well, I think more the manager of the band would help coordinate more like bookings and like be like a communicator to everything, really. Right. If there was a label involved. So basically, if I can find someone that can do it better than I am, that would be awesome. I'm not actually able to do as much as I'd like to because I only have so much time in the day.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so you guys hear it here on Trvlrs Stream Podcast. Is lit. She's open to new beginnings. You know? It's always good. Like, we kind of in the same brim of things here. Like, I'm looking for people to help me produce this thing. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna need managers, and I gotta manage myself. Like,
managing ourselves is a whole other thing.
It's a whole nother ball court, Hines. Like, you know, glam squad. Like, you know,
that's what we're talking about.
A lot of different hats when it comes to this. Like, you know, so I can see that you're doing all this on your own. So it's like, is there any point where you get overwhelmed and you just have to take a step back and just like regroup and get things going?
Yeah, absolutely. So I have to make sure I build in that time to recover. That's really one of the biggest things. It takes a lot out of me. Like, I have to definitely gauge like how much can I handle before going into like a tour, for instance. It's just like this year I did it a little differently than last year because I got really exhausted after last year's tour. And this year I did more like 2-week increments, come rest, 2 weeks rest. Like take a week or 10 days or 5 days off in between Germany, Canada, and USA.
No, it's much needed. It's much needed, you know. It's coming up on the wraps here. I did have a lot of questions, you know, but you know, I got a little crunch for time. I squeezed you in, but we definitely gonna do this again, you know. But your album that's Rising for All, right? That's why we here.
I love it. You combine the first one and the last one. So the first album's Rise Up for Love, and the last one's Love for All.
Rise Up for Love.
Well, maybe we'll name the next one.
Okay, Rise Up for All.
Rise Up for Love is the first record.
Okay, Rise Up for Love.
And then Love for All.
Love for All
is the new record.
Okay. So that's been doing good. From the last tour you took me on, you sold it out on the vinyls and all that. Like, have you got any feedbacks or like, and if so, what was some of your favorite feedbacks? On these records.
That's a good question. Yeah, I think when people connect in a way that they feel inspired, that's always the best. You know. I don't know. I'm so shy to say. Like, people have really been sending really positive feedback and really enjoying, especially on vinyl. Some people have had like vinyl parties, and they're like, oh, then their friends will get the record too. And a lot of people have been saying they really love the way it sounds on vinyl, and the emotion comes through even more and stuff. So we gotta have a vinyl record party sometime. That would be cool.
I got a question. Out of all your records, what is your favorite record?
Oh, what's my favorite record?
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, I can't say. I just love so many.
I like the hip hop one. What's the name of it? Lose Control?
Ah.
That's the name. You
mean like what's my favorite song?
No, I was saying that's what I like. Right? I was saying I like Lose Control. That's her hip hop record. You guys check out that. But yeah, what's your favorite one?
Oh, like of my songs?
Yes.
Oh, it depends on the night. Okay, like actually, I love playing that song when we have a guest rapper on the song. Like on the record, it has the Brothers Burns. They are amazing. They're out of San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's a song called One Good Friend. That's one of my favorite ones to play. It's kind of like more of a rock vibe. I also wanted to say on the topic of like balancing everything, I think that sometimes I just get overwhelmed, but like I have to let myself cry a little bit when that happens.
Okay.
And then I don't like get too overwhelmed. But like it's really hard to be able to do that when you're traveling with people. So I have to like find some place to like cry a little bit.
Right.
just a little though.
You don't want them to play on the vulnerability. Like,
yo, that can happen. You never know.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know until you're in it. Like who's gonna be okay with what level of vulnerability in a group, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when people see that, they're like, okay, cool. Let's just all be vulnerable, or like, okay, that's cool, you're opening up. And then other people will be like, oh, that's a weakness, let's get her down, you know, when she's down, you know. So
No, I know. I definitely know. That's why I'm like, all right, we whatever comes my way, we're gonna still push through, you know. We still have to push through and rise above, you know.
Yeah.
Rise above all of this. Sherri, and I could talk to you all day. I could talk to you all day. Love.
That's why we hung out all weekend, right?
Right,
At the shows, that was so fun.
No, it was lit. So let us know your next performance, where you performing at next. You know, your social medias, where everybody can find you at.
Yeah.
And, you know, just let us know.
Is it happening here?
The room, is that the next show you?
I have a couple local. Yeah, that's like the next one I'd promote.
Oh wow! Okay,
Yeah.
Wow. So Travelers Around the Universe, Sherri from Sister Speaks will be in the building, you guys.
There's a short set that night because
Yeah.
I want to be able to focus on the hip hop all night.
Yeah, I'm gonna love that. I'm gonna love it. You know, we're gonna be in the building. Media gonna be there. Pharaoh Bacon is headlining you guys.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys grab your tickets. All right, Sherri in the building. She's gonna give us the greatest set, and it's gonna be all love in the building, love for all. Don't matter, come how you are, come as you is. You know, we loving it all. All right, same sex marriage, all that. Okay.
Absolutely.
You know?
October 21st.
Okay, get it. And make sure you guys scan the barcode. Scan. All right, Travelers, it's takeoff season.
Love this.
Okay.
Liebe für alle.
And that's pretty much it. It's a wrap, you guys. Thank you guys for tapping in. You can follow her at Sister Speaks Music on Instagram. Subscribe to Trvlrs TV at Trvlrs TV 7189. Follow me on Instagram at _TRVLRS. Facebook, VIKKI La Rose. Facebook, Trvlrs. Hit up Cool Breeze as well, too. And we out of here. Peace.
Michael, bye.
Faces changing, faces misplaced, trust security in different places. They need to quit writing hijacks, stop cheating school kids and military vets. Instead, switch focus and reshuffle your deck. Cause we coming royal butchery, this, so you